need to live out the gospel. We need to be praying for those in authority. President Obama, I didn't like a lot of his stuff. I didn't vote for him, but he was my president. And I wanted to honor him, not agree with everything he said, and pray for him and speak kindly and tenderly about him. I don't mean affirming his policies, but the dignity of his office. I'm under his authority, and this is a kingdom rule principle, 1 Timothy chapter 2. And whoever is president, I said if Hillary got in, she will be my president. And I'm going to labor in prayer for the glory of God to touch her and her family. And I may not like a number of things she says, but I'm never going to cease praying for her. And I'm going to only speak about her in honorable ways. I will voice my dissent, but in a kingdom attitude is my preparation. We need to be winning people to the Lord. This is what we're about. Treating people with love, kindness. Now, we're all into Jesus loved the harlots and the tax gatherers. 2,000 years ago, those harlots and tax gatherers, we can't picture them. They're a long time ago, but we love them. We love them so much. Well, we got them right now in our midst. The people, it's not the tax collectors and the harlots. It's the news anchors, for real. They're sinful people. God says, I really like them. They're like you. They're sinful people. There's the Republicans. There's the Democrats. And God says, I really love them. I don't want you to love the harlot 2,000 years ago you didn't know. I want you to love them. I go on CNN and I go, oh. The Lord says, no, you can disagree with what they're doing, but don't forget how I feel about that lady. I flip the channel to the other guy, and I go, he's twisting things too. Fox is. And he goes, I love that guy. I really love that guy. I want you to talk about them in a different way. They have dignity in my presence. I want you to treat them like I treated the harlots and tax collectors. I don't mean they're the harlots and tax collectors, but my point is, they are the sinful people like the rest of us. Because we have this idea, the guy looks cool, he's got cool clothes on, he looks really great. He isn't one of them. The Lord says, yeah, he is. He is. Madonna, Clinton, Bill and Hillary, the Obamas, the Trumps, Bernie Sanders, all of them, they're humans. We need to talk about them differently. We need to interchange. Again, we can say, Lord, I don't like what they said there. And the Lord says, I want you to communicate in the tenderness and kindness of which Jesus spoke to the tax gatherers and the harlots. Because the tax gatherers were the most manipulative, liars, deceitful people, betraying their own people for money. They were bad dudes. I mean, they were not. So what does God need right now? And I don't like to ever say the word need and say God, but he has determined this. He needs a radical praying church in the nations. That's what he's after. A radical praying church will shift the nations into his purposes. When you're looking across the nation here and you hear Madonna's comments and you think, I gotta answer. Or you see comments about President Trump. He's compared to Hitler or a racist or a sexist, or his past action or his vulgar language. You hear statements one way or the other. You got different positions. Some like it. Some are for him, some are against him. Or you hear about President Obama's gay agenda or his stuff with his policies, Iran and terrorism, his approach to Israel. And you got to speak. The Lord says, okay, speak with kindness. Speak with tender. Speak if you feel I'm leading you, but only with the law of kindness on your lips. Don't speak in the tone of the culture, because I'm training you, and you're a light, because the darkness of that is so increasing. The light will really, really shine. Now again, God's priority is revival in America. That is not the same as a happy, prosperous America with a big military. I'm happy for a happy America. I love it. I love America. I'm happy for a strong military. I like it. I like a prosperous economy and less violence. I love all that. And I'm asking the Lord for that. But that isn't my primary goal, and I know that's not God's number one agenda. So my communication is not mostly on that. That's okay to address that some, and I love that. But the Lord says, wait, don't lose your way. I delight in my people, and I'm going to beautify them with humility. It's an incorruptible beauty that they're working on now. I'm preparing them now for the most intense hour of darkness and anger. They've got to be ready. They've got to get their children ready and their grandchildren and family cultures. Kingdom communities like this, growing in those virtues. Beloved, it's the greatest opportunity that we can imagine, I believe, that the darkness for us to really give ourselves in a dramatic way.